Hey guys, it's Bijou, and I'm back again with part 2. So, a lot of people were like, girl, my bad, I came out of focus, but a lot of people were like, girl, you need to elaborate a little bit more because you said some things that preach. Okay, so I was like, all right, let me come back and let me explain things to you guys a little bit more. So we're gonna talk about marriage. That was one of the first things I talked about. So as you guys know, I'm 21 and I'm married, and what I can definitely tell you is that that shit is hard. Like, I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, it is a very hard. It is not easy. If you know you want to live your life, you want to turn up, you want to have a good time, I suggest you don't get married. No, I'm not saying if you get married, you can't live your life and you can't turn up. But when you're married, things come with limitations. You know, like, you can't just be like, oh, yeah, it's Friday night, I'm about to go hang out with my girls. Like, no. You know, you can hang out. You know, I still hang out with my friends and still have a good time. But at the same time, I'm married. Like, things are different. Things are put more into perspective. So you can't just, you know, you have to be willing to compromise a lot more. So I always suggest, like, if you're really not ready to handle the pressures and the severity and the seriousness of marriage, girl, boy, you're not ready yet. Marriage is very good, though. It's very fun because you feel like you found your lifelong companion. You found a person that, you know, really make you happy, like the person that you spend the rest of your life with. You wake up in the morning, you see that person, you go to sleep next to that person. So it's such a great feeling. So yeah, there's so many benefits and so many good things about being married, but at the same time, you have to know that there's a good and there's a bad, and you have to be willing to accept both. You have to realize that the person that you're marrying, you're not marrying them because of the outside. You can't be like, oh, well, he got good money, he make bread, like, you know, we finna live life good, or she's bad, like, look at her body, she's pretty. Like, yeah, the outside is a bonus, but inside, if that person is not willing to compromise, they're not willing to communicate with you, they're stubborn, they're selfish, guess what? Within the first 6 months of your marriage, you're going to be feeling miserable. You're going to be feeling unhappy. And guess what's the next step for you? You're going to end up divorced. And who's trying to get married these days just to be divorced? Like, come on. Who's trying to do that? That doesn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, like, take your time. Take your time, okay? Don't rush. Don't rush. It's coming, okay? It's coming. Don't think, oh, well, all my friends are married and, you know, my cousins are married, my sisters are married, so I need to jump on the wagon. No. Don't get married for other people, because I guarantee you, you're going to end up miserable. You're going to end up divorced, and you're going to end up unhappy. And those are 3 things that you don't even want to put yourself in the predicament if you can avoid it. Now, I feel like I talked a lot about marriage, or at least I gave a good, you know, general analysis, if I do say so myself. So, I feel like if there's anything more about marriage that you guys want to talk about, like a specific topic, like if you're going through something in marriage, because I go through things in my marriage. Everybody goes through things in their marriage. So, if there's something specific you want to talk about, you want to hear about, leave a comment down below, or you can email me or direct message my social media, which will be in the description box. The next topic is a baby. Love. Y'all don't know how hard it's been. Okay. My son is 8 months and it's been so hard. Because you gotta wake up with them. You gotta take care of them. If they don't want to sleep, you can't sleep. They are the boss. You have to do things the way they want them to be done. You can't get up and just be like, oh, I'm out. You're going to take your baby with you. It's hard. You have to be ready. You have to be willing to sacrifice, because your child comes first above all things. So you have to be willing to not be selfish. You know, it's one thing to not be selfish when you're going to be in a relationship with someone else, but it's a whole nother level of selflessness and sacrificing when you have a child. It's like all about them. It's not about you. You can't be a selfish individual and want to have a child, because I believe that you're going to be neglecting that child, and you're not going to be your best version of the parent that you can be. You're going to be a bad parent because you don't have time for your child. Your child is growing up without the nurture and the care and the love that they deserve. So if you're not ready, you want to be in the club every other weekend, you want to be having a good time, then a baby's not for you. I'm not saying if you have a baby, you can't go out. You know, you can't live your life. You can, but you have to prioritize and realize that your child is number one. Number one, always. Oh, Lord. School. School, y'all. School. I'm in school full time. Okay. I'm a nursing student. Nursing. And it's so hard to try to prioritize the studying that I have to do, but still taking care of my son. So it's like I have to try to find a balance. Like, you know, whenever he's distracted watching a TV show or like he's playing with his toys, you know, I try to crack open a chapter, highlight what needs to be highlighted. That way, when he goes to sleep, I can read what I need to read up on. And then I quiz my own self or test my own self every week after I read additional chapters, just so that I understand what I'm learning and I understand what I'm doing. So it's all about prioritizing. It's all about balance. Like, girls, boys, do not get married, have a baby if you're not ready. I do recommend, like, you know, if you do get married and you're still in school and you guys do want to have kids, I do, in my own personal, like, recommendation, try to finish school, girl. Like, try to finish school, boy. Like, if you can be done in a year or two and you can hold up having a baby and you can be done with school and then have your child and you in your career, I suggest that that's best because it's easier. You know, I'm not saying don't have a baby. I have my son and I love my son with all my heart. But I'm saying if you have the opportunity where you just got married and you're still in school, finish school. Because school in itself is a baby, which you have to make a priority. So finish school, be done with that, be in your career. And then if you want to have a baby, girl, cock up in them legs and have a baby, okay? Ain't nobody gonna stop you. Now, I think I kind of like talked a little bit more, or like at least gave more details than what I did in the first video. So this is the part 2. This for right now, most likely is gonna be the final video of me talking about all 3 topics at the same time. I feel like the next time I talk about this, it would probably be like, because someone asked me a specific question and I'm answering it, because it won't be like my own personal story unless you guys ask, because, you know, I just gave you the answer. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like the lighting is so weird in here today, but, you know.
Much love. Thank you guys for watching. Yo, B, they ready.